Afternoon. I'm making you co-host so you can add others.
Great.
I think Rihi is the one joining.
Yeah,
right?
let me add Rihi.
Okay. So I'll just join in 2 minutes. I'll set up another room and come back. Okay.
Great.
Yep.
All right. What's up, Rihi?
Hello. Let me just get my background.
No, don't worry about it. Do we have a scorekeeper or does time and score?
Admin is doing score. I'm doing
Great.
time.
You're doing time and I'm moderator. Great.
Yeah. So you just got to say the points, and then the admin will just put in the score sheet. And then when you call for score checks, admin will either say it out loud or share the screen.
Cool. I should get a coin, right? Last time I did it, Siri just didn't work.
Oh wait, in the presentation, I think there's a.
Oh, you're right.
Online.
There's
yeah.
the coin toss. Okay.
Yeah.
And I need to open the presentation as well, share it, or will admin share it?
Admin shares.
Okay, and I just say.
Yeah.
Do I add just us three for now, right? Or do I add everybody else as well?
For what?
Everybody else in the waiting room.
Oh no, let admin admit them.
Yeah, because I have co-host. Let me actually make you co-host if I can.
Okay.
Oh, I can't. Only host can. But yeah.
No. Raj, uncle, are you there?
He said he was setting up another meeting.
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
So, yeah, now I'm here.
Oh, thank you. Do you mind making me co-host?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Whenever you get a chance.
Co-host now. Yeah, done.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, we may. I just saw a Siddharth message.
What he said?
He just messaged we need to delay senior rounds.
I think there's a lot of protests and problems with the junior rounds, so I think they're running late.
Okay, okay. Let me come back.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't even know who's like playing this round. Do we know?
I think in the calendar invite it said, hold up.
Oh, Houston, Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
from?
JS. Huh?
Where are you from?
Oh, JCNJ.
Oh.
What about you?
I'm from Chicago.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. We're doing the next two as well.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Long day of moderating. That's okay. It'll be fun.
Tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Ravi, I'm just sending out a message because the other team is still busy in their games.
No worries.
Just a second. The other question.
Okay, maybe I'm just really unorganized. Where's the buzz and live code again for us?
Well, the premium key should be either in the email Sid sent or in the message. We're in room 2, right? I can just find it for you.
Yeah. Because I should
Uh,
make that now.
hold on, there's so many messages. Hold on, I'm just trying to go.
So confusing.
It's okay, you'll be fine. I'm here
Yeah.
to help you too. So, hold on, there's so many. Okay, room 2 is 0FF92F66. So use that, put that in the premium key.
0FF962.
No, 925, no, 92F66.
Great.
Yeah.
Great, and we're just gonna stick with this one the whole time.
Yeah, and I think you should have your own like number code. I think that's the code you give to
Yeah, the game code.
like yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, great. I should add teams. Houston.
Ravi, I'm back. You had a question for me?
No, I didn't. I'm good.
Okay. If you have anything, my WhatsApp is on different screen, so just ping me there, Raj, and I'll come back here.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So
Thank
I
you.
just messaged to everybody in coach group that we are delayed by 15 minutes. So your wish, if you wanna be on video or not.
Yeah.
Whether you have access to all the files as needed.
Yeah, I have
I'm
the
taking it live, okay, on the
Yeah.
Lavia.
Yep.
You're good, Rafi?
Yeah.
Awesome. Rishi, you're good to go too?
I'm good.
Cool. Thanks for being patient. That match went a little long. I will take care of scores and I'll share my screen for the slideshow. So I'm going to go ahead and admit everyone and you can go ahead and get started whenever you're ready. We don't need to rush too much, but I think we've been able to finish most matches within the hour. So I think if we can be done by 3:15, that'll be phenomenal. Y'all will get a good break. Cool. I'll admit everyone in. It's going to be Houston versus Chicago.
Great.
Classic. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being patient. If you can all just change your name to your city-name, and then we will get started promptly with the rules.
Okay. If this is everyone, for one, just like Sid said, could everybody change their name to their song dash their name on Zoom at
Yeah,
least?
and just in preparation for round one, make sure if you're playing in round one, just make sure your video is on and your audio is unmuted.
Yes. Great. Well, Jayendra, we're very excited to have you all join us today. We'll be starting in 1 second. Here are the rules. Welcome to the 14th JAB at 21st Biennial JAINA Convention. My name is Ravi, and I will be moderator for this match. Our timekeeper will be
Vision
Ricky.
everyone. Best of luck.
And scores will be maintained by Sid, our admin for today.
Hey, Ravi, let's give just another minute. I think a couple people might still be joining, but yes, this is fun. Thanks.
Cool.
I guess one thing, coaches of both teams, once you see that your full team is there, maybe just quickly unmute and let us know so that we know we can begin. Houston, Chicago, do you have everyone on your team present in the meeting?
Jayendra, yes, our Houston team is, everybody's present. Good luck to all.
Okay. And Chicago, whenever you can, just let us know.
We are waiting for 2 more participants. Just give us 2 minutes.
No problem. Ashna, Shah.
1.
Ashna, if you could very quickly put your song in front of your name, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
doing that. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. I just want to make sure you know.
And Ananya?
Yeah. Is that everybody?
Okay, I think we have our own whole team here. Jayendra, everyone.
Great. Just for the people that weren't here, I'm your moderator for today. My name is Ravi, and our timekeeper will be Ricky.
Jayendra, best of luck to everyone.
And scores will be kept by Sid, our admin. Great. I'd like to welcome our competing teams. For one, JSH from Houston, their team Dharma, and JSMC from Chicago, team Om, to this virtual match. We hope that everyone is in good health. Though JAB is not what we expected this year, the JAB administrative team has worked really hard to make it a reality. Just please remember to adhere to the following rules. 1, the Jain Academic Bowl is based on the shared appreciation of Jain knowledge. Please maintain a respectful and friendly attitude throughout the match. 2, JAINA solely reserves the rights to photography and videography of the match. Please refrain from taking pictures or recording materials from the match. 3, though JAB is online this year, we expect all coaches, players, and viewers to honestly participate in the match. Please do not use any external assistance to answer questions at any point in the match. And 4, for the competitors, be sure to have a mobile device for buzzing. Participants, please remember to adhere to the following guidelines. The team captain should wear a hat for easy identification. Be sure your name on Zoom is formatted with team name, for example, Orlando Bob or Houston Sid. Ensure your headphones and mic are working. And keep your video on and your audio unmuted at all times. Coaches will keep their video off. Now we'll be moving on to the game rules. The general format for JAB has remained the same, but there are a few modifications the JAB administrative team has made to accommodate for the virtual setting. There will be 10 questions for each team in round 1, the individual team round. There will be no buzzing in this round. The responding team will have 7 seconds to answer the question. Correct answers are worth 20 points, and partial credit will be awarded. If the responding team does not correctly answer all parts of the question, the other team can steal. That team must answer all parts of the question correctly to earn half the remaining points available. There will be 15 questions in round 2, the category round. There will be buzzing in this round. Once a player buzzes in, they will have 3 seconds to answer. Correct answers are worth 20 points, and incorrect answers are worth minus 20 points. If the first team answers incorrectly, the second team can steal for plus or minus 10 points. There will be 15 questions in round 3, the grab bag round. There will also be buzzing in this round. Once a player buzzes in, they will have 3 seconds to answer. Correct answers are worth 20 points and incorrect answers are worth minus 10. If the first team answers incorrectly, the second team can steal for plus 10 or minus 5 points. We will be using Buzz and Live for rounds 2 and 3. At this time, we'd like to do a buzzer check. In fact, I'm gonna paste the key for you guys to join Buzz and Live right now.
Oh, sorry, Ravi. We're gonna do the buzzers after round 1. I might have forgotten to mention.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then we can do the buzzer check after round 1.
Thanks.
And yeah, great. Slide 5. Okay, we will now begin with the Nokar mantra. So Ricky, you wanna?
Yeah. Namo Rihantanam, Namo Siddharnam, Namo Adyanam, Namo Vicharanam, Namo Loy Samsaranam. Esa Pancha Namakaro, Sava Pava Pranasano, Manglanam cha Savising, Paramam Have Mangalam.
Excellent. Now we can move on to the coin toss. Team Houston, can your captain please call heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. Okay. It is tails. So Team Chicago, would you like to start first or second?
We'll go second.
Great. Team Houston will go first, and the first set of questions will go to Team Houston. The second set will go to Team Chicago. Good luck to both teams, and we can get right into it. Great. Round 1, this is the individual team round. Great. Make sure everybody that is playing this round is unmuted at all times and their camera is always on for Houston and Chicago. Great.
All right. Yep.
Question 1 for Team 1. In this Ada of happiness, the needs and desires are fulfilled by 10 different kinds of trees. What are the trees called?
Kalpa Vruksh. My final answer is Kalpa Vruksh.
That is correct. 20 points for Team Houston. Question 2 for Team 1. This is a 2-part question. Give one example of Bhav Tirthankar and the region in which they are currently in.
Simandar Swami, and they're in Mahavideshetra.
That is correct. Next question. Question 3 for Team 1. This is an anagram. A story of Dharma and Purusha. The letters are A as in apple, K as in kite, A as in apple, M as in mountain, A as in apple, N as in neglect, P as in pineapple, and U as in Upadhyay.
Anukampa.
That is incorrect. Team Chicago. Oh, that is correct.
That's
Sorry,
correct.
that is correct. Sorry, my bad. Okay, that is 20 points for Team Houston. Question 4. This is a math question. Add the digits for the number of verses in the Kalpa Sutra and give the corresponding Gunastan.
Sure, what's number 10?
And,
Answer, please.
My final answer is Sukshma Sampradaya Gunistan,
That is-
the 10th Gunistan.
That is correct.
Okay.
Question 5. Although Arihant, Vitrag, Jain, Tirthankar are used synonymously, your friend says that they are not the same due to etymological distinctions. What kind of Naya is this?
Shiva will answer.
Samavirudhanaya.
That is correct. Question 6. This is a 4-part question. Name 2 Tirthankars and their symbols whose lanchans are Panchandriya Jeev and they are also dreams of their mother.
Okay, so Rishabdev, bull, and Mahavir Swami, lion.
That is correct. Question 7. Recite the prayer in Bhaktamar Stotra by Acharya Manting Suri that bows to the Lord of the 3 worlds.
What is that?
Answer,
Okay.
please.
Tubhyam namasti bhuvanati haraya nata. Tubhyam namasti titala malabhushanaya. Tubhyam namasti jagata parameshwaraya. Tubhyam namo jinabhavo dadishoshanaya.
That is correct. Question number 8. This-
Robbie, make sure you say the points.
Sorry, that is 20 points for Team Houston. Question number 8. This is a 2-part question. Who compiled the Agams into the 4 Anuyog and how many Purvas did he master?
Acharya Rakshita, and he mastered 9.5 Purvas.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 9 for Team 1. Gautam Swami asked Anand Shravak to do this stuff, but when Bhagwan Mahavir helped him realize his mistake, Gautam Swami performed it instead. What Abhyantar Tap did Gautam Swami perform?
Prayashchit, right? Okay, my final answer is Prayashchit.
That is correct for 20 points. Final question for Team 1 for this round. This is a 2-part question. Panihana Jogjuta Panchahim Samahim Tihim Gutim Esa Charitayo Ataviho Hoi Navayo. What sutra has this verse and which code of conduct does it relate to?
This is the Panchachar Sutra, and it is Charitrachar.
That is correct for 20 points. Okay, that's the end of Team 1 questions. Now moving on to Team 2, Chicago.
Am I allowed to mute, or do we have to stay on mute?
Houston can mute, but if it
Okay,
comes
thank you.
unmute.
Actually, Houston should stay on unmute in case you're gonna steal the questions so that you don't waste time unmuting.
Okay,
Okay.
great. Moving on to question 1 for Team 2. This is a 2-part question. Name the 2 types of bhavna that are both Upadaya tattvas.
All right, that's Ashrav and sorry, somewhere in Nidra, right, guys?
Yeah.
All right. The answer is Samvar Bhavna and Nidra Bhavna.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 2
Can I protest on the last question?
on question 1.
Yeah.
Okay, we can log a protest. Moving on to question 2. This is the will cultivated by yoga for self-realization. It consists of the intention that one will perform various yogic practices in order to grow spiritually. Name this cultivated will.
Ashtanga
please.
yoga.
All right, the answer is Ashtanga Yoga.
That is incorrect. Team 1, would you like to steal?
That is Karma Yoga.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was Sankalp. Question 3 for Team 2. This is an anagram question. Aha, it's very hard to predict how karma will manifest. The letters are A for apple, H for hat, A for apple, I for itty, T for tater tot, V for Vinayak, Y for yes, P for pretty, R for Rihi, I for itty, and K for Kalpana.
No.
Prithvi
Kai?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Prithvi Kai.
All right, the answer is Prithvi.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 4 for team 2. This is a math question. Add the number of Pran and Paryapti of a centipede. What is the corresponding Tirthankar symbol?
Centipede is 3 senses, right?
Yeah, so it's 7
Oh,
Answer,
bronze.
please.
Buffalo.
Barbara.
The answer is buffalo.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 5 for team 2.
Just on the last question.
Okay, logger protest for question 4.
Rishi, just making sure. Maybe I don't want to interrupt, but it seems like the timing is coming a little fast. You're waiting 5 seconds, correct?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, sorry, I just want to make sure.
No,
Continue.
it's okay.
Question 5. You see a sadhu that you don't know, and yet you say Mathena Vandami. What Naya are you using to respect the Panch Mahabharat that all sadhus practice, and therefore you bow to this sadhu as well?
Is it like
Nagam?
VR?
Answer, please.
The answer is Nagamne.
That is incorrect.
Shiva will answer.
The answer is Sangranaya.
That is correct. Team Chicago gets 0 points and Houston gets 10 points. Question 6 for team
Wait, can
2.
we lodge a protest on Jain?
Oh yeah, can we protest that?
Sure. Question 5, log a protest for Chicago. Question 6. The ancient temple of Sri Abu Delvara Tirth, built by Bharat Chakravarti, is mentioned in this sutra.
The Brahat Kalpa Sutra, right, guys?
Yeah.
All right. The answer is the Brahat Kalpa Sutra.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 7. Recite the prayer in Yog Shastra by Hemchandra Acharya, dedicated to the Guru who removes ignorance.
All right.
Agnana
All right. The answer is Agnana Tamirana Nam Nanam Nanashalakaya Netramanmili Tamyena Tasma Shri Gurve Nama.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 8 for team 2. This is a 2-part question. Agam temples have 45 agam engraved on walls or copper plates. Name any 2 places where the temples are located.
Surat. Surat.
Yeah.
All right. The answer is Palitana and Surat.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 9. This is a 2-part question. Bhagwan Mahavir debunked the belief every living being would reincarnate into its own species. Who held this belief, and what was this compilation of the original scriptures collectively known as?
Sudharma Swami and the Vedas.
Answer, please.
The answer is Sudharma Swami and the Angagams.
That is incorrect. Team 1, would you like to steal?
It's Sudharma Swami, and it is the Pravishthagams.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was Sudharma Swami and Vadishangi.
Okay.
We'd like to protest that.
Okay. Lodge a protest for Chicago on question 9. Question 10, the final question for Chicago. This is a 2-part question. Sanka Kanka Viji Cha Basansa Taha Santavo Kulingisu Samata Siari Parikame Desiam Savam. Name the sutra which contains this, and which transgressions does it relate to?
Panchachara and
Vandettu.
Oh, sorry, Vandettu.
Answer,
And like
please.
the answer is Vandettu, and it relates to like the Shravakachar, the code of conduct for Shravaks.
That is incorrect. Team.
It is Vandettu, and it relates to
Fine.
Okay, the correct answer was Vanditustra and right perception or Darshanachar.
We'd like to protest that.
Log a protest for Chicago on question 10 as well. we can, you want to say the scores and then we can do the protests?
We can do score check and then we can send them into breakouts after this so they can talk about the protests and then we can address it after.
Can we get a refresher on which questions were protested on?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sid, are you gonna go for it or?
I'll say the question number if you'd like, Ravi, and then just maybe repeat the question and the question. So from JSMC, or excuse me, from Houston, I have a protest on question 1.
Okay. This question was, this is a 2-part question. Name the 2 types of bhavna that are both upadaya tattvas.
And then I had a protest from Houston as well on question 4.
This question was, this is a math question. Add the
Can
number.
we drop that protest? Can we drop that one? I don't want to do it. We're dropping question 4 protest.
Okay. Then we'll remove that protest. Question 5, we had a protest from Chicago.
Sure. The question was, you see a sadhu that you don't know, and yet you say Mathena Vandami. What nay are you using to respect the Panch Mahavrat that all sadhus practice, and therefore you bow to this sadhu as well?
And then we had a protest on question 9 from Chicago.
This question was, this is a 2-part question. Bhagavan Mahavir debunked the belief every living being would reincarnate into its own species. Who held this belief and what was his compilation of the original scriptures collectively known as?
And then question 10 also from Chicago.
Sure. This is a 2-part question. And then, sorry, I did kind of butcher the pronunciation of the sutra, but would you guys like me to repeat it?
No, the sutra was fine. Could you just say what you said after the sutra?
Yeah. Name the sutra which contains this and which transgressions does it relate to?
I will send everyone into breakout rooms. You'll have about 2.5 to 3 minutes to discuss, and then we'll pull you back. And if you'd like to drop any protests after discussing, let us know, and then we'll resolve the protests that stand. Sorry, the room should be open now. Just a small thing. I think for the most part it was good. There were a couple of times when like partial credit happened. Just if you can, just remember to say the scores for my help.
Yeah, sure. I was gonna say partial credit, and then they said protest, and I was like, oh.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I went ahead and put based on what you said, if it's correct or not, the answers that I thought were right. But yeah, we'll resolve that once they come back.
Yeah. That first question just like had the wrong answer written, right?
Hey, Siddharth,
Yes, Raj, uncle?
Yeah, so I'll be going for the other systems, so you don't need me here, right? Just if you need me, just message me on WhatsApp group. Okay.
No worries. I think we're okay. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Great.
Go ahead.
Okay,
yeah.
Thanks.
And Ravi, you were asking. Let me take a look.
Yeah, no, question 3 for team 1. It just had the wrong answer written, right? Because they were about to protest. It said like some yaktva or something.
I'll check. I'll check. Yeah. Also, since we're still live, I'll say just text in the chat. Are you in the WhatsApp? That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna bring everyone back.
Okay.
They'll have a minute to come back. Welcome back. Ravi, if you want to just ask each team if they'd like to withdraw any protests, and then we can just maybe go through.
Sure. Would JSMC or JSH like to withdraw any protest? No. Okay, cool. Let's address them then. It was on Team 2's question 1. JSH, you guys logged a protest.
Yeah, okay. So the question asked which two bhavnas are also Upadaya Tattvas. He starts off by saying Ashram and he's answering to you, and then his teammates realize he's wrong. So they confirm with him while he's answering. At the end, he says my final answer so he doesn't get it wrong, even though he knew he was answering at the start. And technically, you're not even allowed to confer while he's answering anymore. So wouldn't he get that wrong? Shouldn't that be cut from his and we should get a replacement? Or we knew the answer. Shouldn't we get the points?
I didn't say it's my final answer in anyway. I was simply conferring with my teammates. Like it's
you were answering to the moderator because all your teammates were quiet. You were answering to the moderator. That was clear.
There's no way of knowing whether he was answering or not at the beginning, but we have a rule that says if you're not saying my final answer is, then you are not giving your final answer to the moderator. You are still just simply conferring. So we're going to give the points to JSMC and it's going to stay like that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Then which one was the next?
It was about Negam and Sangarne.
Yeah, so I said that Nagamna should also be accepted because there's multiple correct answers, especially the question said, when you see a sadhu walking on the street and you say like Matena, you say the Matena Vandami, it never specified like Nagamna is also correct because Nagam is the generic point of view and the generic thing to do when you see a sadhu is say Matena Vandami. So that answer is also considered correct.
At the end of the question, he says the 5 Mahavrats that all sadhu takes. He's talking about collectively all the sadhus. So you have to say something because he's not.
It didn't specify that.
At the end of the question, it specifies it's a collective point of view. You just didn't realize.
Still, Nagam is still correct because it's generic,
no, it's
and even if it's
because at the end of the question, it's clearly collective point of view. It's
if they said all sadhus, if they said all sadhus follow this, then it's clear that because all sadhus follow it, it's the generic thing to do that you have to say Matena Vandami. It never specified that just because it didn't specify in any way, and there are multiple correct answers, especially because
Nagam means all sadhus, it's talking collectively all sadhus, and that's something that everybody would do collectively.
If it said all sadhus, then it's the generic thing to do. It's the generic thing to do.
Can we bring it back? Yeah. So, first of all, again, let's keep it civil. We'll let the moderator make a decision on this.
Sure. I don't have much knowledge on like the answer of this question or like the difference in Nagamne or Sangrane. So, Sid, if you could like provide some insight, that'd be
that's really fine. Why don't y'all both give us a couple of minutes? Also, just in general, if someone is talking, please do not cut them off. We will prompt you to talk. There's no tolerance for that. Okay, yeah, Ravi, just check WhatsApp. We'll talk there.
Great.
Okay, thanks for the patience. We discussed it, and in general, with Nai, yes, we agreed there are ways in which you can make an argument for multiple Nais just because of the way that they're defined and the way you can apply them to different scenarios. So because of the ambiguity in this question, we are going to throw it out, and we're going to give Chicago a new question. That is the decision we've come to, and that's our final decision. So I'll let Ravi ask that question at the end once we've addressed all the other protests. So we're going to accept that protest.
Okay, perfect. What's the next protest?
I believe it was the Dwadshrangi question.
Yes, question 9. Chicago.
All right, so we protested that because we said Angagams, and the Dwadstrangi is just another name for Angagams. And so like there are three specific names. So Angagams, Dwadstrangi, they're all referring to the same thing. So I feel like that should be given correct to us because they are the same thing, Angagams and Dwadstrangi.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. We can give 20 points to JSMC for question 9. And question 10 was the next one, right?
Yeah, so the thing it said it never specified that it's relating to a specific panchachar, like not a specific aspect of panchachar. And if you look on page 187 of the manual, it clearly refers to Shravakachar as being what like the Sankakanka Vigicha. That's what it's talking about. It's like the things that Shravak should follow, and it mentions Shravakachar by name. And since the question wasn't specific enough, I feel like Shravakachar should also be an accepted answer because it never specified that we should be talking about like one of the aspects of Panchachar, and it also, if you look at like the meaning of the Gatha from the Vanditu, it specifically talks about like the rules that Shravak should follow, and it mentions Shravakachar by name in the manual.
Okay, I'm gonna read off the book right now. I just opened the manual. It says it lays down the transgressions of right perception as follows. It's clearly relating to right perception. Shravakachar can't be correct, and even in the meaning, it says in any transgressions of samyaktva. Okay, that it's not Shravakachar. It's clearly relating to right perception. Okay, what was the answer to the question? Can you repeat it?
If you read,
no, wait. What was the answer to the
Right
question?
answer was Vanditu Sutra and right perception in parentheses except Darshanachar.
Okay,
yes,
so then it clearly talks about right perception at the end of the sutra. So you can't say it's Shravakachar because that comes in a later paragraph. This is clearly on right perception. And it even says before the sutra goes, right, the Gatha comes, it says, which is Shravak Pratikaman Sutra, which is popularly known as Vanditu, lays down the transgressions of right perception as follows. That Gatha is clearly describing right perception. Shanka literally means right perception. So you can't say it's Shravakachar because it clearly saying that it is on right perception. So that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but I do think that there are multiple ways that if you look at the manual, I'm not going to open it right now because I don't know if that's allowed or not. But if you do look at the manual, it says Shravakachar by name, and it also says that the Kata lays down the rules that Shravak should follow, which is Shravakachar, and it never specified that I would have to say one of the aspects of
Sutra. It says Shravak Pratikaman Sutra, but they're just talking about the Gatha.
I think the general arguments we understand. Give us another minute and we'll review it. Thanks.
All right.
Okay. Okay, great. Thanks for being patient. What we came down to is that, yeah, it is a little tricky because there is a specific line in the manual that says otherwise, but at the same time, we don't specify in the question for you guys to say Panchachar. So what we're going to do is replace the question here as well. And for both questions, Houston will have a chance to steal. Okay.
So we get a chance to steal both questions, or
you're
going to ask them first. If they get it wrong, we get a chance to steal, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
great. We'll hop right into it. Question 1 for Chicago. This is a 2-part question. The couple performed this aradhana under the guidance of Acharya Munichandra for 4.5 years to cure leprosy. What was the tap and the name of the princess?
Okay, Navpadoli and Mainasundari, right, guys?
Yep.
The answer is the tap was Navpadoli, and then the princess's name was Mainasundari.
That is correct for 20 points for Chicago. And question 2. This is a 2-part question. The Shrukskand Sutra has 10 chapters and contains this sutra, which is recited during Paryushan. What is the sutra and during which days of Paryushan is it recited?
Kalpasutra,
Kalpasutra and 5th through 8th. 4th through 8th.
Fourth.
Answer, please.
Fourth.
The answer is the sutra's name is Kalpasutra and it's recited on the 4th through 8th days of Paryushan.
That is correct for 20 points for Chicago. Okay, that is the end of round one. Can you please read out the scores whenever you?
Okay, before we go, I just want to, I know probably you're not going to agree with me, but I do want to make a point here to be noted that I agree with Summer, and this was not fairly really treated question for Vanditu Sutra. It does say, I checked in the book, it was the right perception. That was the correct answer. Your question was straight lifted from the manual. And so that question, the answer was incorrect, but I know probably, I don't think.
That's fine. We'll keep it in mind. But again, this is the final decision. So the questions have been written and reviewed many times. So we're going to go with the understanding from what the moderator said. But thank you.
Yeah, Siddharth, I understand. And his original response was
Hemati, that's fine, but we can't have coaches interrupting, and Houston didn't steal correctly on both questions either, so there's no impact to your points. So we're going to move forward. Okay, these are the scores as they stand currently. If you want to call them out.
Yeah, JSH Dharma with 300 points and JSMC Om with 280. With that, we can move on to.
Ravi,
hold on.
Sid, can you just also announce the protest, like how many, which team used?
Pushpa, 1 second.
Yes, give me one moment, please.
Don't the protests reset every round? Don't we have 4 again?
You have 4 for the match. So let me count how many have been used and how many were not accepted by both teams. I think actually Houston withdrew the one protest they had correct, and then Chicago's 2 protests were accepted. So I believe both teams actually still have all 4 protests.
Wait,
no, they used 1.
Yeah, they used on the Ashraf and Summer.
The Updaya question 1, the first question they protested on.
Got it. Yes. Sorry, yes, they withdrew another one. Okay, so Houston has 3 protests remaining and Chicago has 4 remaining. Thank you.
Siddharth, can I see the score one more time? We have little off, just few. Yeah.
Okay, yes, please make it quick.
Yeah.
Bhavisha, this is correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
With that, we can start round 2, the category round.
Thanks, Sushma.
Okay. Can all the coaches mute, please? Okay. The scoring will be +20 -20 and +10 -10. First team is still Houston, so all these first 15 questions will go to Houston. Or sorry, this is a buzzer round. Okay, let's do a quick buzzer check. I will paste the game code in the chat. There is no chat. Okay.
You'll just have to call it out. Yes.
Okay. The game code is 614181.
Make sure you all name yourselves the same way you're named in the Zoom.
Yes, and there are teams I put at the bottom. There is a Houston Chicago team. Please join whichever team you are on.
Can you say the code again?
Yes, 614181.
This is just a friendly reminder to please make sure you're looking forward when you're answering the questions. Thank you.
And once everybody has joined like their team and once everybody has joined Buzzing Live, then I can start with the buzzer checks. Can everybody also rename themselves with their song dash their name?
I think everybody's already done that. You just have to kick out the 3 people who like rejoin with the correct name.
I see. Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, they just won't buzz. They're disconnected already. Great. Okay, so will the 5 people from Chicago, starting with their captain, buzz? So, okay, Janik, JSMC, got you. Paras, JSMC. Akshay, JSMC. Varan, JSMC. Gabia, JSMC. Thank you. And now the 5 from Houston, starting with captain. Summer, JSH. Arya, JSH. Ria, JSH. Shiva, JSH. And do you guys have a 5th?
No.
No.
There's
Okay.
only 4.
Oh, great. Okay. Then with that, the buzzer is clear and we can start the round 2 category round. Everybody ready? Okay. The category for all 15 questions is last. Question 1. Who is the last Tirthankar? Summer from Houston.
Mahavir Swami.
That is incorrect. I'll finish the question. To attain Nirvan at Samashikar. Akshay from JSMC.
Bhagwan Parshanath.
Sorry, yeah, that is correct. So Houston gets minus 20 points, Chicago gets plus 10. Question 2. According to Shwetambar tradition, what is the Summer?
Jambu Swami.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Jambu Swami.
That is incorrect. I will clear the buzzer and finish the question. Last dream of a Tirthankar's mother. Jainik from JSMC.
Near the Magni.
That is correct. Houston gets minus 20, Chicago gets plus 10. Question 3. What is the duration of the last Gunas? Paras, JSMC.
The answer is the time in uttering 5 short vowels.
That is correct. Chicago gets plus 20 points. Question 4. Who is the last Gandhar to Paras, JSMC?
The answer is Dharma Swami.
That is correct. Chicago gets plus 20 points. Question 5. Who is the last Gevali of this time?
Jambu Swami.
Okay, just quick heads up. Let me call your name out.
Oh, sorry.
But yes, Houston gets plus 20 points. Now I'll finish the question. Last Gavely of this time cycle. Question 6. What was the last calamity for Janik, JSMC?
Nails in the ears.
That is correct. Chicago gets 20 points. Question 7. Who is the last Das Purvi? Summer, JSH?
Acharya Vajra.
That is correct. Question 8. Who is the last Gandhar to attain Summer, JSH?
I think this question was already asked. Last Gandhar. Wouldn't that be Sudharma Swami? Because you said last Gandhar. Is that a repeat
Answer,
question?
please.
Final answer is Sudharma Swami.
That is correct. I'll finish the question. To attain Nirvan.
Could you? Can we protest that? Like, it's for the same reason he said, of course, but
yeah,
the question was already asked.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's okay. Sure, you can log the protest for question 8. Question 9. Who is the last 14 Purvi?
Acharya.
Acharya, wait, is it mine?
Yeah, Bharat, Jason C.
Right. Acharya Buddha.
That is correct. Okay, question 10. What is the last Ashtra Prakari? Jainik, JSMC.
Oh.
That is correct. Question 11.
Ravi, points.
Sorry. Question 10, Chicago gets plus 10 points, or 20 points. Question 11. What is the meaning of the last 2 lines? Paras, JSMC.
Answer, please.
This Navkar mantra, or this mantra is the most auspicious. And yeah.
That is incorrect.
Can we finish the question?
Yes. Of the last two lines of the Nokar mantra. Let me clear the buzzers.
And time.
The correct answer was, amongst all of the auspicious benedictions and offering this prayer is the foremost.
Can we please protest that?
No, don't. Okay,
Never mind.
yeah,
We went
sure.
there. Oh yeah, we'll just
You can
protest
protest it
for
for now.
Just for now, yeah.
Okay, cool. Log of protest from Chicago for question 11. Because of partial points, I believe Chicago gets 10.
No.
Oh, never mind.
None in buzzer.
That's my bad.
Minus 20. You're good.
Yeah, minus 20. Okay. Question 12. Who is the last Shruth Gevali? Jainik JSMC?
Badr Bahuswami?
That is correct. Chicago gets 20 points. Question 13. What is the name of the last Gunistan? Jainik JSMC?
Ayogi Gavali?
That is correct for 20 points. Question 14. What is the last Ang? Jainik JSMC?
Thrishtivad?
That is correct. Chicago gets 20 points. Last question for this round, question 15. Which Agam has Bhagwan Mahavir's summer?
Virastava?
What was that?
Virastava?
That is incorrect. I'll finish the question and clear the buzzer. Has Bhagwan Mahavir's last sermon? Paras JSMC?
Uttardhyan Sutra.
That is correct for 10 points. Houston gets minus 20. Just another quick reminder. This is the last reminder I will give for any of the other buzzer rounds. If you do it again, there will be some sort of consequence. I'm not sure what it is, but Summer and anybody else, do not answer the question unless I've called your name. Great. There were two protests in the round. The first being on who is our question 8, which is who is the last Gandhar to attain Nirvana? That is the first protest lodged by, was it Chicago or Houston or both of you guys?
That was Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago.
And then question 11, also by Chicago, which is what is the meaning of the last two lines of the no? You guys can go in your breakout rooms and discuss, and then come back if needed.
Hey Ravi, Siddharth, I'd like to talk to you. I'm just creating a new breakout room.
Okay.
I think only Harsh can create it. Or Siddharth, you can create it.
Sure, let me make it real quick. This is annoying. I would have to close the rooms to build it up again. Can you just type in the moderator chat, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Wait, I'm sorry, my mic is. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you all. Before we go to the protest, I wanted to make a couple of quick call outs. Just another emphasis to please make sure you're looking forward when you're answering the questions, and be sure not to have anything else open. It's fine if you have another screen, but again, there should not be usage of any other external sources. Okay. Ravi, if you want to go ahead with the protest.
Sure. Yeah, that was all. Thanks, Sid. Okay, the protests. Question 8. Chicago, you protested.
Yeah. Do you guys mind repeating? We feel like there were two like the exact same questions. Would you mind repeating the
Sure.
first question where the answer was yeah, just repeating that.
So question 4, it was who was the last Gandhar to attain Kevalnyan? And the answer was Sudharma Swami. And question 8 is who is the last Gandhar to attain Nirvan? And the answer is Sudharma Swami. So
So they're two different questions with the same answer. They're very similar, but Kevalnyan and Nirvan are two completely different things. So technically they'd be different.
I'll call on you to speak, Summer, but right now Janik is talking. Like Sid said,
sorry.
don't cut anybody off.
I misunderstood that, I guess. I thought that it was I thought that they were the same question, so I guess then that's fine, but yeah, then we'll withdraw that one because yeah, misunderstood. We thought the questions were the exact same, so sorry about that.
No worries. And the next protest was on. Sorry, I forgot. Can somebody remind me?
Yeah, no, we would like to. It was the no car mantra one. We'd like to withdraw that one as well.
Okay, cool. Then the points will stay exactly how they are. Sid, can we get a quick score check then?
Sure. Also, we're going to just delay ourselves by a minute. I think just the other room was a little bit behind, and we want to make sure we're not too far away from the other room. So I'll go ahead and share my screen with the scores.
So at the end of round 2, the scores are JSH Dharma at 300 and JSMC Om at 450. And Sid, if you just want to let me know whenever we can start.
We'll just give it a minute. I think they're almost caught up, and then we should be totally fine.
Okay.
Maybe everyone can take a deep breath or get some water or something. Okay, I think we're actually okay. So why don't we go ahead and start with round 3? Thank you.
Great. Okay. Round 3, the grab bag round.
Ravi, there is a replacement, yeah.
I joined in this round. Can I have the buzzer code, please?
Sure. The buzzer code is 614181.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And who is disconnecting from JSMC?
I think Kavya.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Gavia. Okay, great. Ashna, would you like to buzz just to see if it's working? Great. Okay, now that everybody's here. This is also a buzzer round, grab bag round. There will be 15 questions. The scoring will go +20 -10 and +10 -5. Everybody ready? Okay. Question 1. While performing Naivedya Puja, we contemplate. Summer from JSH.
so that we get rid of our greed and that we can attain moksha.
That is incorrect. I'll finish the question and Chicago can answer. We contemplate on the cycle of birth and death and ask for the permanent state where there is no desire for food. Which bhavna is this?
And time.
Okay. Team 1, Houston gets minus 10 points. Chicago gets no points. The answer was samsar bhavna. Question 2. What punya can be earned through Chovisato Paras from JSMC?
Namaskar punya.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 3. In his previous life, Shalibhadra invited the monk Summer from JSH.
Dharma.
That is incorrect. I will finish the question. Invited the monk to his house and offered him kheer wholeheartedly. Which of the 12 vows of a layperson does this correspond to?
And time.
They buzzed, so I'm gonna let them answer.
Yeah.
JSMC.
Atithi Samvibhag.
That is correct for 10 points. Houston gets minus 10, Chicago gets plus 10. Question 4. Keval Nyan eluded Bahubali for a year in spite of intense meditation. It is only when Brahmi and Sundari asked him to get off the elephant that he took. Jainik, JSMC.
Ego.
That is incorrect. I will finish the question. Asked him to get off the elephant that he took off to do his internal thought and attained enlightenment. What is that thought?
And time.
The correct answer was Vinay, or humility. So Chicago will get minus 10 points and Houston will get 0 points. Question 5. Muni Yamadar did not distinguish between King Shrenik, who had caused him pain, and Queen Shelna, who alleviated his pain. Which bhavna was he practicing? Varun from JSMC.
Madhyastha bhavna.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 6. Anathi Muni told King Shrenik that all of his wealth and family. Summer from JSH.
Ashar bhavna.
That is correct for 20 points. Question 7. This is a two-part question. Bhagwan Mahavir replied to the question, if Prasanna Chandra were to die now. Paras from JSMC.
The first answer was 7th hell. The second answer was 12th heaven.
That is incorrect. I'll finish the question. He would be reborn in the 7th hell. Then, for the same question asked immediately, he replied, Monk Prasanna Chandra has attained omniscience. Which two Leshya did these two replies correspond to? Summer from JSH.
The first reply was Krishna Leshya, and the second reply was Shukla Leshya.
That is correct. For 10 points, Chicago gets minus 10. Question 8. This is a 5-part question. On King Shrenik's instance, Bhagwan Mahavir gave him 4 alternatives that would prevent him from going to hell. What kind of karma prevented King Shrenik from... Jainik, JSMC.
Nikashit karma prevented him, and the 4 alternatives were he had to stop his butcher of Kosar from slaughtering animals for a day. He had to make his maid Kapila give alms. He had to perform Naukarsi, and so he had to stop his maid from getting alms. He had to perform Naukarsi, and he had to obtain the merit of 1 samak from Punya Shravak.
That is correct for 20 points.
Protest.
Okay, we can log a protest on question 8. Question 9. On the tightrope, Ilachi Kumar saw a monk getting gochari from a beautiful...
I'm sorry.
Someone buzzed
yeah,
a while ago.
Okay, sorry. Summer, JC.
This is Brahmacharya.
That is correct.
We would like to protest.
Can you protest that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There will be a protest on question 9. Question 10.
Can we please have a score check before, or are we going to get it after question 10?
Yeah, we can get a score check after question 9.
I'll do it verbally. So the score currently is Houston 330 and Chicago 500.
Great. Moving on to question 10. Monk Gurguru realized the essence of religion and understood the true nature of the soul while eating and attained Keval Jnana. Paras, JSMC.
Samvatsari.
That is incorrect. I will finish the question. This contemplation that the soul is inherently pure, enlightened, and flawless led to Keval Jnana. What kind of internal tap led to his Keval Jnana?
And time.
That is no answer. The correct answer was Sajjo or Swadhyay. So Chicago gets -10, Houston gets 0. Question 11. Sage Nandisen continued to serve the elderly monk selflessly and endured his ill temper. What kind of internal thought was Sage Nandisen? Jainik, JSMC.
Ayavacham.
That is correct. Question 12. For 20 points, sorry. Question 12. This is a two-part question. Bhagwan Mahavir reminded Meghkumar of how he had held up his foot for 2.5 days in order to save a rabbit in his previous life. He needed this Bhaya Tap to endure other sadhus' accidental kicking at night. What tap is this and who was Meghkumar's father? Varan, JSMC.
The tap is Gayakwesh, and Meghkumar's father was King Dhruv Sen.
That is incorrect. Will Houston like to steal?
You finished the question.
Who was Meghkumar's father?
Okay,
Summer.
it was. Oh, sorry.
Summer.
It was the top was Kayaklish, and his father's name is Shrenik, King Shrenik.
That is correct. Chicago gets -10, Houston gets +10. Question 13. This is a two-part question. While reciting this sutra, Bal Muni Aimutta, Summer, JSH.
Iryavahim Sutra.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
I'll finish the question. Bal Muni Aimutta attained Keval Jnana. Which sutra was it and what Abhyantar Tap led to omniscience? Jainik, JSMC.
The sutra was Aryavayam and the Abhyantar Tap was Prayastrit.
That is correct. Houston gets -. Okay. Logger puts us on question 13. As the points stand right now, though, Houston -10, Chicago +10. Question 14. This is a two-part question. Punya Shravak performed Samayak with utmost equanimity, alertness, and awareness. How many faults of the mind, speech, and body did he avoid while doing Samayak? Summer, JSH.
10 faults of mind, 10 faults of speech, and 12 faults of body.
That is incorrect. I'll finish the question. In what category of Vrat is Samayak classified as?
And time.
Great. The correct answer was.
Protest for this question.
I'm going to finish reading the question, but the correct answer was 32. So 10, 10, and 12. And the other part was Shiksha Vrat. Houston gets -10, Chicago gets 0. Question. Okay. There's a protest in question 14.
Can we get a score check real quick?
Yes.
Thanks.
Yep. Current score, Houston 320 and Chicago 510.
Great. And question 15, the last question for this round before we address the protests. One of the 5 essentials of Paryushan is Shamapna. Recite the prayer. Summer, JSH. That is correct for 20 points. The protests were on, would you guys like to tell me the questions?
Yes, please.
There's questions 13, 14, and then I don't know the others.
There was a protest on. I can read them out for you, Ravi, if you'd like.
I can read the questions. Okay, question 13. This is a two-part question. While reciting the sutra, Bal Muni Aimutta attained Keval Jnana. Which sutra was it and what Abhyantar Tap led to omniscience? And then the other one was question 14. This is a two-part question. Punya Shravak performed Samayak with utmost equanimity, alertness, and awareness. How many faults of the mind, speech, and body did he avoid while doing Samayak? And what category of Vrat is Samayak classified as?
There was also a protest on question 8 from Houston, if you'd like to read that one.
Yeah. question 8 was, this is a 5-part question. On King Shrinnik's instance, Bhagwan Mahavir gave him 4 alternates that would prevent him from going to hell. What kind of karma prevented King Shrinnik from succeeding, and what were the 4 alternates? Yeah.
And then one more, question 9. Chicago had a protest.
Okay. Question 9, on tightrope, Ilacha Kumar saw a monk getting gochari from a beautiful woman. What Mahavrat was instrumental in the monk's self-control and non-attraction towards the beautiful woman? The answer is Brahmacharya Mahavrat. Is that all good?
Yeah, that's all the ones that they asked for.
Okay. And you guys can go into your breakout rooms and discuss, and then come back whenever you feel free.
Okay, I'm going to close the rooms and give them another minute.
Great. Okay. But it looks like everybody's back. We can talk about the protests. We'll start with question 8. Houston, you protested.
So when he was stating the 4 alternatives, he said to make Kapila give alms, but he didn't say how many days. It specifically says for 1 day, but he could be referring to more than 1 day. We do not know that. And then he also forgot.
Sorry, continue.
Okay. And he also forgot to say, he didn't mention Nafkarsi, and if he did, he also didn't say that doing Nafkarsi for 1 day. So both times he didn't specify how long, and he could have meant something else, right? So wouldn't he technically be wrong?
No. So the answer to the question as it's written is Nikashit Karma, obtain the merit of 1 Samayik from Punya Shravak, have made Kapila give alms, prevent butcher Kosadak committing slaughter for at least 1 day, and observe no Karsi. There is no mention of how long for each, and he did mention no Karsi, so full credit will go to Chicago.
Okay, in the book, it does say that it is for 1 day for the Nafkarsi and the alms part. So
regardless of what the book says, sometimes the answer omits like information from the book. which means it's okay. He gave like fully the answer. He said every single one of the words in the answer box. So I'm going to give him full credit.
How does that make sense? You're not using the book for the answer then.
I'm sorry, if I may say something. I know that the book says for one day, but it's pretty clear that if I say like make Kapila give alms, it's the question isn't specifying for how long is like Kapila supposed to give alms. It just says what are the 4 alternatives, and if I say the 4 alternatives, I said them pretty clearly. The moderator understood what I was talking about, so yeah.
Yeah, I understand that, but you have to specify, right? Because you could be talking about make Kapila give alms for more than 1 day, for not make her give alms for a week, for a month, for a year.
My final decision is going to be give JSMC the full points because the distinction between a day and forever isn't relevant to the question or the answer at all. He gave fully the question that is written, fully the answer that is written in the box, and for that I will give him full credit.
Okay, fine.
The next one is on question 9. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're not protesting like the answer or anything, but like I think there was a technological issue at the beginning of the question. I'm not blaming anyone. It happens a lot, especially with Zoom. But if we could please throw out that question and get a replacement one, because it was not like we didn't know what he was going to answer at the time of when he buzzed, and because there was a technological issue, the question continued on, and that's why we would just like to get a replacement question for that.
I will actually let that happen because it was my bad. I didn't hear the buzzer go and I kept on reading questions. So we will throw the question out and give Houston another one. Or
how is that fair? We got the question right. It's your mistake. You messed up. Why should we be paying for that?
So it's my mistake. And because of that, I'm going to give another question because it makes
I know, but you're risking our 20 points, right? We need those points if you think about it, right? At the end of the day, it breaks ties. See, that's your issue if you had a technological error, right?
Right.
That's the thing. You can't blame us for that. You can't take away our points.
It's not your fault that I made a mistake, but because it was my mistake, I gave an unfair advantage to whoever buzzed first. Therefore, I have to repeat another question to make it completely fair.
Then that's on you. Why should we be paying for that? You're taking away our 20 points. And no, the thing is, you're taking away our 20 points, right? That's fine. But you're also giving them a chance to take it back. How does that work when we're the ones who got the question?
With them getting a chance to get 20 points back, you also have a chance to get 20 points back. So if you buzz in first, you can get the 20 points. That's my final decision. We'll have another replacement question for that as well.
Okay, fine.
The next one is on question 13, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. The answer is fine. You didn't say 2-part at the beginning of the question, and I clearly knew that you did not say 2-part. So I answered Iryavahiyam. You never specified 2-part. If you had, I would have waited for the end of the question, and I knew the answer too. So
okay. Would my time
clearly heard 2-part, and I'm not trying to like undermine your judgment or whatever, but I know I clearly heard 2-part, and I'm not just saying that just because I got the question right. That's just I clearly heard 2-part.
And as my other like moderator and admins, Ricky, do you want to make sure I did say 2-part, right?
You said 2-part. I heard 2-part as well.
Fine, then we withdraw number 14.
That's number 13 and number 14.
Yeah, we were drawing that.
Oh, okay, cool. Then that is the end of all the protests. Sid, would you like to give a score?
Wait, Robbie, your replacement question.
Replacement question. You're right. That's my fault. Okay. Question 16. Let me clear the buzzer. Okay. Question 16. Recite the prayer to help strengthen Maitri Bhavna towards Summer JSH.
Shivomastu sarva jagataha parihita nirta bhavantu bhutagana dosha prayantu nasham sarvatra sukhi bhavantu loka.
Okay, that is correct. Houston gets plus 20 points. Now, if I'm not forgetting anything else, Sid, would you please show the scores and read out the last scores?
Sure. Yep. Final score, 340 for Houston and 510 for Chicago. Well done, both teams.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Well done.
Both did very well.
Good match, guys.
Sorry. Robbie, go ahead.
Go ahead. I just have a...
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say, I know